Okay, we are doing darts and we're doing sample number 20, the French dart. So a French dart is a diagonal dart that originates goes between the hip or the waist and to the side seam and ends at the apex or the bust. So you have a little pattern that we're going to cut out, and you can do it on the fold or you can just do a single layer. So I'm going to cut it as a single layer. And here we go. So all the single layers. No? Okay. So once we cut it out, we have to trace our dart so we can sew it. And you'll see this dart in a lot of vintage clothing. This was used a lot in the 50s and 60s. I love this dart style. It takes up a lot of excess fabric. So if you're using a really thick fabric, I'm going to show you another dart that we can use when you're using a thick fabric. Okay, so I'm going to trace my dart. So what I do is I'm going to notch my dart ends here. So just the dart legs here, I'm just going to do a little notch in the seam allowance. Don't go too deep. And then I'm going to, at the apex, I'm going to put a pin through, and I will put just a little, my erasable heat pen, I'm going to put a little dot. Then I can remove the pattern. And once I do that, I can take my ruler and I will connect the notch to the dot. And make sure I get that there. Okay. And then I'm going to, you're going to sew from the wide end to the apex or the point. So I'm going to pin that, making sure that the legs match. So I kind of put my pin through, make sure that it goes through to the other side. Checking that other side. These notches here should match. Then I'm going to go over to the sewing machine. I'm going to start from the wide end. I can backstitch here, but I'm not going to backstitch at the point at the apex. I'm going to leave a tail so that I can knot those tails off. So here I go. I'm going to start here. I can backstitch. Sometimes you might have a sewing machine that automatically backstitches, and you're just going to sew on that line all the way to the apex. Leave a tail. And with that tail, you're going to knot your threads together. That will secure the end of that dart. And you're going to go back to your ironing board. This dart is going to be pressed down. My magnetic scissors have collected all the pins on the table. So now I'm going to take my iron. I will press that dart down. If you have a tailor's ham, it's nice to press this over a tailor's ham so it has some shape to it. But that is a French dart. It's a diagonal dart that goes from the side seam and ends at the waist or the hip.